Alright, so this video is going to be dedicated to the first part of the ICP where we make our to-do list. And just to start that off real quick, I will start with showing you the actual application. Once this ngserve compiles. Alright, so here's my to-do list. I just have a simple input box with a green button that signifies to add an item. So I could say get groceries here and do web programming homework, and we could add walk the doggy and graduate. So as you can see, this adds the items just in a simple list, and I have a delete icon over here that will allow you to delete these. If you are to click the box over here, it will mark them as complete. And of course, you can also unclick, and so it removes the strike through portion of the text. And at the same time, we can delete elements. So if I delete do web programming homework, it deletes that, and the remaining elements are staying there. Just a brief coverage of the code and how I did this. So most of my CSS I added myself here on the bottom. I have to do text, to do list item, to do table, because this is actually a table right here with two separate columns. I just removed the border in the middle. And a to do completed, where I strike the text through with a line. I also added CSS selectors for my check button, my add button, and my delete button all here. In the app component TS, I simply, when submitting a new item, if the item details, which an items array to me has details, which is the string that you input, and a Boolean value is complete, and I just initialized an empty new item here. With submit new item, I just push that a new item to the array. Deleting an item was as simple as keeping track of the index, and I spliced the array at that index for just one value. And rather than the completed item function, I just wrote a toggle item keeping track of the index, because for me, I toggle these icons here on the left. It actually changes the icon from this unchecked box to a checkbox, and it marks the text through with a line. So that's what the toggle item portion of the code is for here. And you can see here in the HTML, I added some of my own divs with my own classes, but the general idea being here, I have my new item, and when I click it, it submits the new item. So that's referring to this text box and this button right here. And if we go down a little bit, here we have our actual to-do list. So I can use the ng4 and loop through each item in the items array. And for each of those, I make a column and row in the table that has my checkbox button, my to-do text, and my delete button. And each of these, well, at least my checkbox button and my to-do text button can be, their class will be determined based off of the completed Boolean value in the item within the item array, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's just a brief overview of my first portion of the ICP, and I will get to the next one in a minute.